What is up, guys? Thanks for watching another Jaguars United film breakdown. I appreciate you guys that are here or rewatching it on repeat. If you're watching it on repeat, it's because you do not get the notifications. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, get the notifications for when we go live. We do live shows for these episodes, and we got some film to get into today for sure. The Jags fall to the Colts, but there's like mixed receptions on like how people feel about the game. Some people are like, oh, you know, we came back and we made it competitive at the end. It's all you can ask for. Some people were just totally blown away by the inability of the offense to move the ball and to make any plays that direction. I guess it depends on how you're looking, but we do have some plays queued up here. I love film breakdown. We do stuff on Twitter, so make sure to check out the Twitter at Jaguars_United and Instagram at JaguarsUnited_. Man, we are coming into the season, and we have a my scroll here hasn't updated, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the PFF grades before we even do anything here, right? So I thought this was pretty interesting to look at because I always like to see how PFF like rates the team. What's up, Ace Sharpshooter and Zach is whack? Thanks for being in the chat. Robert Atzert says, let's go. Yeah, pretty pumped here. We're looking at the PFF grades here. And what stands out to me right off the bat is there's not a ton of great grades. Some people don't put a lot of stock in the PFF. I get it. I personally like to look at it and kind of see how they match up according to the rest of the league. Rudy Ford here, 71.9. Josh Allen, 84.9. Smoot, 70.9. Wingard even almost cracks the 70s here with the 69 grade. Nice, right? Shaq Griffin, 72.5. I mean, defense looking pretty good across the board. Taven Bryan, didn't play a lot of snaps, so I'm surprised he even got a grade. I didn't even notice him on the field too much. But Robinson, 79.4. Ben Barch and Norwell. Robinson's grade of 63 and Taylor's grade of 63 is a little worrisome because on the film it looked like that they played pretty well. I was kind of surprised that they graded out that low. But Israel Otero says, do you think the problem with the offense is Bevel or not the players or not players? We have both. Okay, so is the problem Bevel or the players? The problem's the players, 100%. There's just – look at this play here. I mean, this is like a pretty well drawn up play, I think. And this is one of the first drives of the game right here. Jags are lined up in heavy. And look, one problem I had with the Jags is they ran the ball every time opening play of the possession. Every time they got the ball, any change of possession, first down, they ran the ball. Super frustrating because we have a play here where they're pretty much just leaving the receivers one-on-one in coverage. But I mean, this is a heavy personnel set, obviously. You have Manhurts, you have Arnold, two tight ends. Your receivers are tight to the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be a designed boot, all right? So there's a lot of things to look at here. First of all, they're going to bring Chenault from the opposite side of the field, drag him across the formation at the snap, and he just gets leveled by this defensive tackle. It wasn't even like he was trying. 95 wasn't even trying to do it. He just takes him out inadvertently. So, I mean, that's probably going to be Trevor's first read there, taken out. So then we have down the field, we only have two wide receivers running routes. Now, the boot, this is going to be a designed flood to get to the outside here. I mean, Arnold doesn't have the speed to break open. I mean, he gets open there at the end, but look at where Trevor is when he's open. I mean, he's open there, and he's not really open. I mean, he's bracketed pretty hard by these two guys here. Marvin Jones Jr. is bracketed. I mean, he's the most open guy here, and Trevor tries to force the throw, almost throws an interception. I mean, it's an impossible throw for Trevor to make. So, I mean, it's not really fair to blame Bevel when, stuff like that happens. But, I mean, I guess if I do have a problem with Bevel, it's that he ran the ball too much on the coming off of the drive. Here's another play where just absolutely nobody's open here. Okay, so this is a third down play. So maybe the defense is expecting pass. That's fine. But the Jaguars line up in their shotgun formation. Arnold's removed technically, but he's lined up pretty tight. 5 wide empty. I mean, I think this is third and medium. This isn't long. This is just, they need a first down here. It's actually blocked up pretty well. They're only going to bring 4. The O-line does pretty well of giving Trevor time. But by the time Trevor starts to feel the pressure and steps up, I mean, there's no separation. I mean, look at all your receivers. I mean, they're all running curls, which maybe it's like a stick concept or they're all just running curls here. But, I mean, nobody's open. I mean, he's going to have to fit a tight window in anywhere. I mean, Agnew has no separation. Arnold has no separation. I don't know what's going on up here. His best option is a Marvin Jones. He probably trusts him the most. Sticks it in there, but Colts player makes a good play breaking it up. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, my big screen here, the chat didn't let's just get this out of here. It's wrong. The scroll messed up. So get out of here, scroll. All right. Let's see what we got here. Shane Watson says, I was at the game. Lucas Oil was pretty rad. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. I mean, they host the combine there for a reason. It's supposed to be a real nice place. Christian Charles says, yo, what up, Christian? Atzert says, our defense was playing like the 2017 after, I don't know this either. I'm sorry. Our defense is playing like 2017 after 2022 draft, and we get Jordan Smith from Georgia. LOL, scary front seven. So you're saying pick up a front seven player with the first pick. I saw a mock today where they had the Jags taking the lineman from Alabama, which I don't know. I think our tackles played decent. I mean, I think our tackles are actually playing well. I mean, I don't know if Cam Robinson's going to return. I don't know if we can afford him. Not meaning like, obviously we can afford him with our cap space, but is he going to come back for what the Jags have him valued at? I don't know. Every time Urban Meyer talks about Cam Robinson, he talks about him in really high regard and really says a lot of good things about Cam Robinson. So I'm almost like kind of leaning toward that Urban's going to try to re-sign him, honestly. Moon Illusion says, I liked what I saw from Treadwell on the plays he was in. Taven Austin, on the other hand, slowed down on one deep throw from Trevor, then completely overran the next. Yikes. So I think I saw Treadwell had like a insanely high run blocking grade. I actually saw there was a play Agnew hurt his hip. He ran one of those end arounds, hurt his hip. They brought Treadwell in. They lined him up tight, and he had a great block on the edge and allowed Robinson to run up inside of him. Yeah, I mean, I like Treadwell too. I especially like him in the run blocking game. Moon Illusion says, we need help at receiver. Understatement of the year. Yeah. Christian Charles says it's already draft season. I don't know if it's necessarily draft season. It's just more like, what can we do to help Trevor's season? We can't go out and sign anyone in free agency. I mean, you're not going to get a guy like Odell Beckham. I mean, you're going to get a guy like John Brown, right? And Dan Arnold. Those are the moves you can make for Trevor. So you kind of start, after the game, you kind of start thinking, like, how can we help Trevor? I think that's what people are thinking. So if you do take that D end in the first round next year, then you're not helping Trevor. I mean, you can help him in free agency. You can help him in the later rounds of the draft, but you're not helping him in the sense that I think a lot of people think he needs help, especially based off of the receivers they played. I don't know. Spurville with the emojis. What up, Spurville? Israel Otero, do you think the problem with the offense is Bevel or the lack of talent? I think it's the lack of talent. Yeah, and I don't think Bevel's great by any means. I just don't think that he's like, I just don't think that he's the talent on this team is any good. Here's another play. Let me give you the good screen here. Another empty set formation, right? And I like this, right? So here we're gonna have Robert Atcher says Dan Arnold is the best receiver. He really is. Long John Silver 85, who's a member of the channel. Thank you, Long John Silver, for being a member. He says a speedy veteran wide receiver. You're talking about John Brown, or you're talking about what we need? I like this little quad formation to the right here, right? Arnold on the line of scrimmage, Visca tight. This makes me think they're going to kind of drag him across the field, but I don't know. I can't remember what happens here. Visca's actually going to block. Okay, so they're going to bring, okay, a little smash concept here. All right, so I like this little, so basically they're going to run a corner, a hitch, and they're actually going to run a vertical here too, so I like it here. Empty formation. Again, Colts are going to bring one guy. The O-line does a pretty decent job with this pocket. Like, the Colts brought 5. So there should be a guy open. I mean, the Jags are blocking this up pretty well here for Trevor. But if you look at his reads, Visca's not open. Arnold's not open. I can't see who this. I mean, this looks like Hyde, not open. So one of these is Marvin and I think Agnew. I mean, Agnew comes open here. Now, should Trevor have thrown this ball in this area here? Yes, he should have. I mean, look what's happening, bro. He's got a D lineman piping down the middle. He's going to have to throw off his back foot. He gets destroyed on this throw, which is not what you want to see here. I mean, he takes a lick on this throw. Has to throw without stepping into it. And when you can't step into your throw, this is what happens. It's late. He actually does a good job, in my opinion, of not throwing the interception here. That's a hard throw. That's across the field. I mean, when you get licked like that, that's a hard throw. It really is. I mean, maybe he should have thrown it earlier. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't necessarily think Trevor had his greatest game, but he doesn't have to. I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to have bad games. Great quarterbacks have bad games all the time. We just saw Matt Stafford have a horrible game. And I think anyone here would agree that Matt Stafford is a good quarterback. And he did not have a great game. Bert the Fish, what up, Bert? He says, Visca's a running back playing wide receiver. But he's been playing running back. I mean, they ran him on an inside zone, which I love to see, and he got some decent yards on it. Christian Charles says, can you really take any of these receivers in the class with the top 5 to 10 pick? Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Maybe not. Maybe you can't take any of these receivers. Maybe you do have to solve it through free agency. Maybe O-line. I mean, maybe O-line is what you have to address. I mean, interior O-line. I mean, we had Ben Bart starting. And Linder, I mean, what's the expiration date on Linder? I mean, I like Norwell. I mean, is Cam Robinson going to get re-signed? I mean, there's a lot of question marks on the offensive line besides their, talent. You know what I mean? So, I'm not sure. Bert the Fish says, Elijah Moore would have been so much better than ETN. We don't know that. I mean, you're right. He would have been better right now, but down the road, I don't know. I mean, I like ETN. I think ETN would have really helped in this offense. Moon Illusion says, yeah, I think our offensive line is fine. Only position I'd maybe replace is Taylor at right tackle. I wish we could re-sign Cam and move Walker to right tackle, but he struggled there in the preseason. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. A lot of people are not big on Taylor, but I think Taylor's okay. I kind of see Taylor's career trajectory kind of similar to Cam Robinson's, don't you? I mean, people had a lot of doubts about Cam Robinson in his second and third year. It's his fourth year where people are like, okay, he's a good player. Sometimes it takes offensive linemen time to adjust, and that's just the way the NFL is sometimes. But you're right. You're right, though. Cash Wesolowski, I hope I said that correctly, says, our O-line, what in the hell is going on? I don't know. Nolly Full Cap, O'Shaughnessy designated to return 2 tight end sets with Arnold. Hey, I'm pretty pumped about that. I think Arnold and O'Shaughnessy could be a dynamic duo at wide receiver. I'm done with the Chris Manhertz experiment. I think I'm done with it. I think I'm over it. Long John Silver 85 and Nolly and Long John Silver, both channel members. You can be channel members if you want. It's a good time. It's a good time as a channel member. He says we would have done better with the receivers from last season. Well, I mean, we have Chark from last season who's injured. I think anyone would say Marvin Jones is an upgrade from who we had last year. Laviska was here last year. So, you're talking about just Keelan Cole and Dede Westbrook. I mean, am I forgetting somebody? Maybe. John Doe says we should have kept Keelan Cole. Okay. John Johnson says trade back. Okay. He also says this is his Peyton Manning rookie year phase. All right. John Johnson, I'm with you, bro. Me and you, we're together. Charlie Boy, what up, Charlie Boy? He says, at least we aren't the Jets, you guys. You don't want to start Joe Flacco? you don't want Broadway Joe Flacco starting for you? Oh, man. Christian Charles says, I hope Manhertz gets banished to the bench. John Johnson then says, Juwan is trash. We need Linder back to help Trevor calm down. Yeah, I mean, I feel you guys. How about we give some love to the defense, man? We don't give a lot of love to the defense, but we will right here. Let's see here. I love this play. I mean, I absolutely love this play. I mean, probably my favorite play of the game. I mean, I had to get the end zone film of this play. Again, didn't see a lot of Taven plays. Taven did not play very much. I don't know if he was hurt or they just, got Devon Hamilton back 100%, and then we're just like, we like him better. Because remember, all of the news coming out of camp before Devon Hamilton got injured was that Devon Hamilton was a stud, and that we just could not be blocked, and no one could block him. And I was like, you know what? I like Devon Hamilton. I watched all of this college film. I don't know if that's true, but all the news coming out was that he's a beast and he's strong and he's unblockable. Watch this play here. He's lined up with Quentin Nelson. Okay, Quentin Nelson and Eric Fisher. I mean, these are two Quentin Nelson. I mean, this is before he got hurt. He's probably the best guard in the league. I agree. With all respect to Zach Martin, I think he's the best guard in the league. Eric Fisher is Eric Fisher. Watch your boy Devon Hamilton right here. Nope. Not blocking me. I mean, this is it. I mean, this is how you are disrupted. I mean, look, all that stuff about Devon Hamilton being unblockable, like, let's go. Like, let's go. That's it, man. That's it. Turn it back in. Letting your linebackers make a play. Letting your edge player come back in and make a play. Your boy Gottis gets pushed out like a rag doll, but that's okay. Damian Wilson getting in there and making a play. Oh, look at me, I'm thinking about Damian Wilson. Damian Wilson, like, started the season a little rocky. I'm not going to lie. First couple games, I was like, this dude does not belong on the field. We should have kept Joe Schobert. What were the coaches thinking? The last 3 or 4 games, he has been, like, legit. Legit. I mean, yeah, he gets beat sometimes in coverage. Not the fastest guy sideline to sideline, but he's pretty instinctual, and he makes the right read. He makes Malcolm Brown. What am I saying? Devon Hamilton? Sorry, guys. I'm dumb. Malcolm Brown. I should have known by the hair, right? Still, either way, I mean, look at that. Just tosses Quentin Nelson like a rag doll. And Eric Fisher like tries to help, like, get out of here. Malcolm Brown, I get it. Malcolm Brown, I know. I get it. Long John Silver says, true about Hamilton, but our O-line can't block anyone. That's true. Okay, here's another play from the defense. Let's give the defense some love here. See if I can identify the people correctly here. Malcolm Brown, I know, John. I know. It's Malcolm Brown. I was thinking Malcolm Brown, I think. I don't know. Come on, guys, forgive me. All right, 3rd down. The bunch. I always get worried when I see the teams come out in this trip right bunch because I have no faith in our defensive backs to pattern match. I just don't. I mean, they haven't done it. They're not good at it. I don't know. Regardless. 3rd down. We need to stop here. Love this blitz by Cullen. Love the coverage by Campbell. So they're going to do a little designed stunt and blitz here. They're going to bring 2 linebackers. Get in the face. And again, like, another quarterback has to throw off his back foot. Great blitz call. Look, when you blitz 2 linebackers, you're going to have to put your guy in single coverage. Like, they put your boy Tyson Campbell in one-on-one coverage. Nice jam. Keeps his balance. Keeps his foot. He keeps his feet inside of his framework. Stays low. Makes a play. Look at the sideline. Look at the sideline getting hyped for him there. I love it. I love the defensive coaches on this team. I really do. Really, really do. Devon did have a sack, though, says Christian Charles. My brain, bro. My brain is all messed up, okay? D-Ham's 53. Devon did have... Okay, how about your boy Taven Bryan? Dude has impressed me 2 weeks in a row. He didn't do much this week. Didn't play a lot this week. I was kind of surprised. I don't see him play any snaps in the first half. It's Malcolm, LOL. I know it's Malcolm Brown. I know. I watch a lot of film, guys. Watch a lot of film. My brain gets a little wonky sometimes. College was not good to me, if you know what I mean. All right. Moon Illusion says Tyson's developing well. Rookie corners take time. Most rookies take time. I mean, it's pretty rare for a rookie to come out and just like blow up. I mean, you see it in receivers sometimes, running backs. That's about it. I mean, you don't really see rookies in the NFL like really just explode onto the scene. You know, and if they do, they don't really stick around too often, you know. But yeah, all right. So check out this play. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we just come out every first play of every drive, and we just run the ball, and everyone knows it. Like, look how the Colts are playing this. I mean, they're playing just your classic cover 1. So basically just man everywhere with a 1 high free safety. This free safety, although he is playing the hash, is definitely cheating the run. I mean, he's reading the backfield. He has no eyes on the receivers here. I mean, if we run play action here, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to hit something over the top here. No respect. You could have ran a drag, an out, a bench concept, a smash concept, a crossing concept, scissors, wheel. Like, you could have run so many things here. And they're like, nah, we're just going to stop the run. Like, no respect, man. I call this, look, if you look at the bottom of the screen here, first and no respect. They did this every single first down play. Not first down, I'm sorry, first down coming out of the change of possession. Just no respect at all. All right, so this is what people are talking about. All right, so Bevel, is it Bevel or is it the receivers? Okay, valid question here. Here we're going to be in shotgun. So in the Colts, still no respect. I mean, when we run the ball like we did with Agnew and with Robinson, and Trevor even had a decent game running. LaVisca ran for a few. Something about the receivers. I think we had like 6 receptions the whole game from like receivers that weren't tight ends, weren't running backs. 6, that's it. That's not a good number. So here, like, Trevor's going to be like, all right, you're going to play your cover one high in the middle of the field. Fine. I'm going to hit you where you're weak, and that's on the sideline here. We're going to put our speedy boy, Jamal Agnew, out there. He's going to throw it up, and he's going to drop it. Now, I get it. He's a DB. I get it. But what I like about this play is, like, they did recognize the lack of respect from the defensive backs. And this was like a second down. This wasn't a first down. And great throw by Trevor. Almost brings it in. I mean, that's a hard catch to make. I mean, he's in the NFL. He should. It is a hard catch, though. You can't, nothing against that. But here's the thing is, like, people are always like, you know, why are we throwing these throws? They said the same thing about Bortles. Why is he throwing all deep routes and back shoulders? It's the only thing open. It's the only thing open. I mean, they're blitzing. They're stopping the run. Trevor, I mean, even on this throw, he does not have very much time. I mean, he loses pocket. I mean, they're just blitzing. This is the right throw here. This is the only throw you have. Got to bring that in. Got to bring that in, man. John Doe said Tyson Campbell was a dog before he got here. Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. I don't think, I mean, on the Urban Meyer show, he talks about him being like a really good player, and he thinks he's going to develop into a really good player. And I agree. I think Tyson Campbell is going to be a good player. Super athletic. Robert Atzert, it's funny with CJ's one start this season, Eagles fans aren't saying we got fleeced on the Arnold trade now. Panthers, right? Yeah, for sure. I mean, Arnold's ended up being a really good player. It's funny, like, Urban identified that's who he wanted. Went out and got him. Sorry, I've been fighting this, like, sinus crap for, like, weeks. Anyone else out there, like, just, like, literally been fighting sinus stuff for weeks? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. All right. Here's another play here where, again, like, what's going on? Someone asked if I have Rudy Ford highlights. Yeah, I mean, Rudy Ford had a good game. Obviously not as good as his Bills game, but Rudy Ford's fine. Like, Rudy Ford is a fine player. He is the nickel. He blitzes. Had a couple of plays in coverage where he wasn't behind. I mean, I saw there's one play he gave an out route on third down where a little disappointing, but look, no one's perfect. The NFL's hard. So here we have the Jags in 11 personnel. Is this okay? Man hurts. I can never recognize man. He looks like an offensive lineman. He's so big. 11 personnel, tight wide receiver here, tight receivers here. Trevor, like obviously, like, I don't know what happens here. I don't know if Trevor, like, didn't say hike. They're on a silent count. Might have been that rowdy Lucas Oil Stadium. Not ready for it. Drops it. Picks it up. I really like this. How did Trevor, though? Picks it up and, like, regains his composure. Not a problem. He even, like, easily continues his 5-step drop here. Turns it into a 3-step drop. But I like this. So now he's surveying the field. Manhurts obviously is not going to be open. He's not looking to this side of the field. Could this have come open in the middle of the field if he was a little more patient? Maybe. But he's going to look. He is going to have Marvin Jones here. Maybe there's a little bit of holding here. If Trevor could have hit the ball maybe to this corner a little bit faster. But he's going to underthrow it, maybe overthrow it. Like, I don't know if this is a drop or what. it looks like it hit his hands. Should have been a holding. I mean, this ref's like right here, like looking at it. And it's just like, man, like those those were happening over and over and over again. I think you got to catch that. I mean, y'all can tell me what y'all think, but I mean, I think you got to catch that. Timmy Devil 999 says we are allergic to winnable games. 37-13 49ers. Look, the 49ers are coming here like with a good team. Like all this, like, oh, they're traveling across the West Coast, the time difference. They're coming off an emotional win, a short week. That stuff just doesn't mean that much to me. Like, the Jags are the only team that like continually has issues crossing the country and playing games in different time zones. I think the 49ers will be just fine. I think they're coming here with a healthy dose of the running game. Look, the Jags are obviously going to key in on Deebo Samuel. I mean, look, I expect us to actually hold Deebo Samuel in check to a certain extent. I know our DBs aren't good, but Cullen's good at scheming up things. Now, can we contain him to the edge if he tries to do like those end arounds and those sweeps? Maybe, I don't know. But man, I mean, I expect Kittle to probably get his. Ayuk, kind of those under the radar receivers typically do well against us. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, you're right. I can see it's not going to be a walk in the park. I think the Jags have a chance. It depends on which team shows up. If the defense keeps playing and the offense actually shows up, if we can put together a drive, first drive of the game or something like that, I think maybe we have a chance. If Reich can hit his field goals, I mean, maybe we have a chance. I don't know, but my cat's trying to get in here pretty aggressively. Rob Moonillusion says that was a drop. Yeah. A weak attempt there. Okay. A fake attempt by Marvin Jones, says John Doe. Shane Watson, would you rather get an Allen or a Jack jersey? It's been a hard debate for me. I'd go Josh Allen. Miles Jack has been great for us as a franchise player, and I like Miles Jack a lot. I love athletic players, especially athletic linebackers. I've seen a lot of inconsistency out of Miles Jack, though. And Josh Allen's career trajectory seems to be like getting better. All right. Robert Adsert, that blocking for Agnew touchdown was sick. Agnew's so fast. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Glad you brought that up. So there, I love how they just put like Agnew in the backfield here. Like, I love it. Like, you know what? We're not even gonna fake it anymore. We're not even gonna trick people. We're not gonna line up in the slot. We're not gonna do it in this pre-snap motion. We're just gonna legit line the dude up in the backfield. Why not? He's become a gadget player. He's not a wide receiver. He's become a gadget player. He's a former DB, okay? Line him up in the backfield here. We're going to see you got a little 11 personnel tight end here and then a tight wide receiver here. Great down block by Manhurts, finally doing something. T-Shat 69 is going to kick out here. This looks like Cam Robinson's going to kick out. And look, we got numbers here, boys. I mean, we got numbers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Great play call by Bevel. Great block by the receiver. And then the speed just takes, I mean, 36 has no shot. No shot. I mean, that's what I like to see. This, like, you know, use of, like, get the ball in Agnew's hands. Like, if he's not going to catch the ball on the vertical stretch routes, give him the ball as a running back. Like, what's it going to hurt? I mean, give it to him on screens. Like, do things like this. I mean, if you can draw it up here, I mean, pre-snap, you know the offensive coordinators are in their headset saying, oh, we got something. We got something. I mean, you're not accounting for this tight end here. I mean, you got numbers here. D-line does a horrible job getting any penetration. Give it up for Barch and Norwell there for holding them up. Great blocks all the way around. That's it, man. That's our weapon right there. Let's use them. Let's use them, boys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with Bevel. I mean, I have my problems with Bevel. I don't think he's perfect, but I can't put what we've done like on him. Like, there's no way. Bradley Rorick says Robinson, Norwell, Linder, Barch, and maybe Little by season's end. Get Treadwell more snaps? Question mark. Arnold and O'Shaughnessy on 2 tight end sets? Question mark. Could a fullback be implemented in this offense effectively? Question mark. Okay, a lot of questions. I don't like how people are just instantly like discounting Juwan Taylor as not being a part of the future. I get it. He hasn't stood out like a lot of players has hoped that he would. But at the same time, like, give the guy a chance, right? Give him a chance. Like, he's still fairly young, still fairly new in the league, but just like let's not count him out just quite yet. All right. Little by the end of the season, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these rookies. I mean, what's going on with Jordan Smith? I mean, I don't know what's going on. Get Treadwell more snaps? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, no one else is getting open, so you might as well give him some snaps. Arnold and O'Shaughnessy, I fully expect O'Shaughnessy to get hurt again. Like, I fully expect him to come play 2 games with us and then hit and get injured again. I just do. Fullback, I'm a huge fullback fan. We'll get a healthy dose of a fullback this week, so we'll see what happens. Kyle Yuzich, we'll see. Jags Fan Cave, what can this team do to slow Debo on Sunday? So this is where I think Debo is going to hurt us the most. I think the jet sweeps, the end arounds, and the screens. I don't necessarily think as a wide receiver he's going to kill us. I think the Jags have done a good job of switching up between zone and man and blitzing and getting pressure. The Jags didn't blitz as much this week they didn't blitz as much this week as they did against Buffalo. And I thought that was a great call because I fully expected Indy to come out throwing screens and draws and things like that to get our blitzes off. But I do think that they're going to come out and Colin's going to come out with like a lot of blitzes and heavy blitz packages to force Garoppolo to do something with the ball. Like Wentz is actually very good at feeling pressure and evading pressure and not getting sacked. I mean, he's very good at that. I don't know if Garoppolo is as good. So you slow him down by not letting him get to the outside. And outside containment's been okay. Like, Wingard's okay at it. Damian Wilson's a little slow getting there. Miles Jack's a little slow getting there at times. But, yeah, I mean, that's where he's going to hurt us on those stretch plays. Jigsaw Singh says, really impressed with Damian Wilson and Miles Jack recently. Do you think something's changed recently given that the defense's improved form? I don't know, man. Like usually I can like spot that kind of stuff on film, and I can't. It just seems like they're just reading the offense better. They're hitting their gaps better. A couple times Miles Jack is still getting into the wrong gap, and it's like pissing me off, man. It's like he still is kind of getting there a little too quickly and not letting the play unfold. But, yeah, I mean, you can't complain about how well they've played. I mean, they have played way better than I thought they would, especially a guy like Damian Wilson. Like, wasn't he, like, undrafted? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Timmy Devil says, pay Cam Robinson, at least the top 15 left tackle. Okay, I'm with you. Is Taven Bust Brian developing in front of our eyes? Doubt it. 6 years later, bust. He had a good game against Buffalo. You can't deny that. Not at all. Malcolm Brown, though. Malcolm Brown really impressed me the most last week. Moon Illusion says at least the coaching staff is actually getting something out of him. True. Robert Attridge says Treadwell needs to be in on every blocking play. He's a beast. The only problem is if you bring him in, you can just start keying what play we're going to do. That's the problem with guys that can only block. I got to say, like, Urban Meyer is a big running back blocking guy. Like, he wants his receivers to block. It's one of his fundamental things, so I like it. Moon Illusion says, moving the green dot off of Miles, playing more zone. Okay. As far as, like, that's what happened. That helped with Miles Jack. Timmy Devil, let Linder walk. Injury prone every year. Yeah, well, he is. I mean, he's a captain. The coaches like him, all that stuff. I doubt he walks, but I get it. Maybe draft a guy, maybe try to develop him next year. That's kind of maybe where my head's at, and get a guy like in the 3rd round and that you like, and get Linder to kind of teach him up, and maybe have a guy you can plug in. I mean, I don't know if he likes Shatley. Could Shatley play center? Can Barch play center? I mean, I don't know. Attridge says Wentz is good at getting hurt. John Doe says Wentz looked all world until he went against us. Wentz had some like crazy plays, man. That play where he almost got sacked, and then he threw it left-handed to his running back. It was on 3rd down, and they didn't get a first down, so like it didn't really matter. But he's just like that guy. He had another play where he rolled out to his right, threw it sidearm, and like hit his receivers in the hands, and he dropped it. Like he threw it as he was falling sidearm. I was like, dang, Carson Wentz, my boy's playing like rookie form. Jigsaw says bring back Chark for 1 year. I mean, I think Chark's going to take a team-friendly deal. His family's here. He's here. I mean, I think you're going to be able to get him for probably, $5 million a year for a 1-year deal, $5 million. Sucks being injured. I don't think he's going to have any interest in the open market. I would love to see him play well this year, and I would have been more than happy to pay him to be our number 1. But I was talking with someone today earlier. We were talking about the receivers. They were talking about bringing in Michael Thomas and having Chark as your 2. And I was like, is Chark even a 2 anymore? And I know because we love Chark, and I love Chark, but is he even a 2 anymore? I said let's get let's get Michael Thomas, let's get Allen Robinson, let's get everybody that's available. Like why just get one? Like let's break the bank. Let's pull the Rams, man. Let's do it. Josh L says Dan Arnold is giving us 3 times the production that James O'Shag ever did. O'Shag is a glorified special teamer. Yeah, I mean, I'm like O'Shag, Hennessy as much as the rest of you. But Josh has got a point, man. He's got a point. Robert Atcher says Linder needs to go from the boat to the gym. He does always posting being at the gym, man. It's definitely not great. Let's look at these PFF grades one more time. For those of you that got here late, looked at some of the PFF grades. Rudy Ford, 71.9. I think that's what I'm most impressed with is Rudy Ford's PFF grade. Josh Allen, obviously, is Josh Allen. It's crazy how, like, ineffective the receivers have been. I mean, you look at these grades, and it's just like, you would think if you get, like, any production. I mean, Trevor, just looking at this list, Trevor has no help besides James Robinson. James Robinson, the highest PFF grade average for any running back. But Rayshon Jenkins, I don't necessarily think played a great game last week. And it's hard to fault any defensive player because the defense is playing so well. But the guy's not great in coverage right now. I was kind of hoping he'd be a little more in the box type guy and he could kind of get in there and help against the run. And maybe he does. Maybe he fills his gap properly. Maybe he turns everything inside so his linebackers and defensive players can make tackles. But the coverage, man. Coverage is not ideal right now out of him. Not at all. I think Wilson's grade's too low. Miles Jack's grade has been low for a couple years now. Roy Robertson-Harris's grade's pretty low considering that I think he did a decent job doing what he's doing. Tyler Shatley's grade is horrible, 57.1. Trevor Lawrence's grade's not great, 56.9. So, not a lot there roster-wise. All those questions about is it the coaches or the players – these grades are pretty typical from how they've been all year, and honestly, they've been playing better recently. The defense has anyways. Flarian Flares says, we can't let any good players go, so Chark should definitely stay. We can still add. Okay. All right. Timmy Devil 999 says, Jags rank 15 and drops with 11. Panthers and Rams with 20 and 19. Well, I know the Rams throw it way more than we do. Panthers, I can't speak to them, to be honest. John Doe says, when Chark gets back, Trevor will be all grown up with this offense. I don't think it's necessarily a problem with Trevor. I just don't know really how much production Chark's going to give you. Even before he got hurt, I feel like his production was subpar. I don't know. Religion says, come on down, Devontae. We've got to check with your name on it. That's what I'm saying, man. Devontae, Allen Robinson, Michael Thomas. Why not? We're running 3 wide receivers most of the time anyways. Get all 3 of them down here. How much fun would that be? Astrid says, get Godwin for a good number 1 in free agency. I love Chris Godwin. I hate that I've failed to mention him as much as I should have. I love Chris Godwin. Flarian Flaris says, I feel like they don't really count every drop because I've noticed a lot more watching every week. Yes on that. I agree. I had that same thought, Flarian. I really did. I was like, when I saw the numbers of drops, I said, there's no way we have that little. We had like 4 in the first half of like the first game. And you're telling me we only have 15? Get out of here. John Doe says Daniel Thomas should be starting. Starts on special teams. Moon Illusions. Yeah, Jenkins played strong and free for the Chargers. I wouldn't mind if they took Hamilton and moved Jenkins over. Okay. At least way more than 11, says Flarion. Yeah. Gerald McKinnon. What up, Gerald? He says, I really like Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan. Seems like a good bookend with Josh. I understand, though, there are more pressing needs. Yeah, I get it. I think any fan wants to see, pass rushing. I mean, you can't survive nowadays in the NFL without an effective pass rush. Like, what is Bosa going to do this weekend to us? When he lines up against Juwan Taylor, we're going to have to double team that dude. We're going to have to put Manhurts over there with him every single snap. I mean, let's just do it. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. Just put Manhurts over there, Juwan Taylor, and just double team him. Line up Manhurts on that side of the field literally anytime Bosa's on the field. I mean, I've already talked about how much I love Manhurts, but I lost my video here. Did I close out of it? I did. Hold, please. All right. John Doe says Allen Robinson is washed. Okay. Jig Shaw says, what do you guys think about Bevel? We fired the last 2 coordinators after 1 year. I don't want a revolving door. That's the thing. I mean, you're just going to constantly just bring in coordinators. I mean, coordinators are what they are. At some point, you got to take a look at like your team, and it's like, are you not bringing in talent? Because I mean, some of these guys even go on to do well at other places. I mean, Greg Olson's doing pretty well in Las Vegas. Hackett is doing, okay in Green Bay. So, what are you going to do? Just keep firing people? I agree with you. Religion says McKinnon, his teammate Ojabo, is a monster too from Michigan. Yeah, I think aren't they both like first DNs with like 20 sacks or 10, 20 sacks, I don't know, something crazy like that. Maybe it's 10 sacks. Josh L. drops are a subjective stat. Different sites that track it have wildly different numbers. Okay, that's fair. Flareon says, what about bringing Dante Fowler back next year? Not sure how he's doing this year. Now, I did look at like a website that had the projected free agents and how much they were going to get paid. And Dante Fowler was like, I want to say one of the top guys on the list as far as like projected salaries. Now, Cam Robinson was also on that list. I think they had Cam Robinson projected to be around $14 or $15 million a year. But they had Dante Fowler up there at 12 or 13 a year. So I know no Jags fans want Dante Fowler besides the ones that kind of lean toward Gator fans. I personally would be fine with Dante Fowler. I've always liked Dante Fowler. I kind of like his swag. He kind of gives me that, edge rush, if you allow me. I get it, though. That'll be a very unpopular opinion. Robert Atcher says, Jordan Smith is Calais on steroids. Takes 2 or more to stop him at nose, and he plays halfback at the 1-yard line. I want to see Jordan Smith play more. I don't know what the problem is with Jordan Smith. I like Jordan Smith. His film was great. Another guy that was at Florida, got caught up in that credit card scam thing, transferred to UAB and was really effective. I mean, the thing about Jordan Smith is, I said this a bunch about Jordan Smith. A lot of people thought that he was like going to be a bum or a bust when he left Florida. And then when he went to UAB, he kind of tore it up. And people were like, well, of course he tore it up. He was at UAB. But he was only a 3-star coming out of high school. And UAB gets all kind of 3 stars. So he showed out amongst his peers, So, yeah, I'm with you. I like him there. Feel like we didn't use him right. Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, man, I'm interested, man. This is going to be a good game. I'm excited. If you're headed down to the stadium on Sunday, hit me up on Twitter. I will be down there for sure. We've been going to Intuition Ale Works right across from the stadium, having a couple pregame brews. So if you're into that type of thing and you're here, hit us up. We'll be out there. We've been having a lot of fun in these Jags games. We've been having a lot of fun. We'll watch it. We'll pop over to the Bud Zone. We'll go back to our seats, pop back over to the Bud Zone. We'll do a little something afterwards. So hit me up. We'll be out there tailgating. Going to be good, man. Try to get another show in this week previewing the 49ers game. But, it's tough nowadays. Sinus thing has got me, like, screwed up here. So trying my best here, boys. Moon Illusions, what happened to Tufele after his hand injury? He's fallen off. I don't know. John Doe, what's your thoughts on next season playoffs? We better make it. Kev B, use that money for O-line. Robert Atcher says defense wins championships. Thoughts on Josh Allen versus Trent Brown this weekend? I think it'll be good. I mean, it's a great point, Jags Fan Cave, who has us YouTube channel. Go check it out. Be a great matchup to watch. Hopefully they move them around to different sides, and it's not just that matchup all game. I never want to see just one matchup all game. I want to see some diversity in the matchups for sure. Astrid says, I'm in the bud zone. I think I know what you mean by that. That's not the same bud zone I'm talking about, Robert. Moon Illusions, we're going to the Super Bowl next year. I agree. Hey, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you got here late, go back and watch it. It's going to be on here. Appreciate all the subscriptions, all the members. Make sure to hit us up on Twitter, Instagram. I've been posting stories on Instagram. They're getting a little wild recently, so you're going to want to follow the Instagram. I know. You click on the Instagram page, and there's only one post. I'll just follow it. I'm telling you, man. I've been trying to do these stories, and usually it's like pre-game and post-game, if you know what I mean, and a little bit of wild side of Jags United. So make sure to do that. I just got Call of Duty Vanguard, so I'll be on Twitch a lot as well, too. Twitch, Jags_United. Love to talk Jags while we're shooting people in the face. Am I right? Thank you, Moon Illusions, for the nice stream. Thank you guys that are all here. I will see you guys in a couple days, probably. If not, I'll see you at the Jags game. As always, go Jags.